Hello and welcome back to the channel on our continuing voyage to become better blues players. My name's Mark, and in this video we're going to look at a really simple blues in G that's got a bit of a repeating theme. That means that there's one lick that keeps cropping up throughout the solo. So the way the video is going to work, you're going to see me play the example solo, and then we'll come back on the other side and I'll show you all the licks and pull it apart. So here's the example. So that was the example there, and what I'll do now is I'll break that up into the 10 different licks and show you them all one by one with tab on screen. If you would like a copy of the tab, it's absolutely free. All you do is send me an email, details are in the description below, and then next time I'm online I'll just reply and send it back as an attachment to you. You're not signing up to anything, but there you go. So on with lick one, and lick one goes like this. Okay, and now I'll do it nice and slow. Okay, and like most of my solos, what you'll find is that lick one starts on the preceding bar, so you get the count in 1, 2, 3, and then you're in, and the important thing is to land this 8 on the B string on beat 1 when the music starts. So lick 2 now goes like this, starts with a big bend. Okay, and one more time, nice and slow. Okay, nothing too difficult there. Think of that as like a call and answer from lick 1 into lick 2. Okay, lick 3 then repeats that first lick again. So that goes like this again. And again, nice and slow. And that idea of playing the same lick at several points throughout the solo kind of builds a bit of a theme. It's a bit of a call and response, a bit of a theme that kind of crops up. And it's an idea that I'll use quite often when I'm improvising. Keep going back to the same idea to kind of set that up and then deviate from it and then go back to it. Okay, so that was lick 3, which is again the main theme, and lick 4 now goes like this. Okay, really easy, nice and slow. So I'll play lick 1, 2, 3 and 4 all together nice and slow. Okay, now we're up to lick 5, and lick 5 goes like this. And again, nice and slow. I think the important thing with this one is when we get that bend, we kind of kill it dead so that there's a rest before we go back to 6 on the top E string. So those last 3 notes of that lick will go like this. So those last 3 notes are quite staccato. That means that, you kind of cut them off. Okay, and then we're into lick 6, which again is our main theme. Okay, which is setting up kind of our call again. So again, nice and slow. So then we're into lick 7, and lick 7 goes like this. And nice and slow. And give that last one a shake. Okay, and then we're into lick 8, and lick 8 then goes like this. Okay, and I'll do it nice and slow. Okay, see the tab for the exact notes and things there, but that was over the D7 chord moving into the C7 chord. And then lick 9 is our main theme again as we move back to the G chord. And again, nice and slow. Okay, and then lick 10. And lick 10 is over the D7 chord, and it basically just walks down a pentatonic ending on the D note here. So that goes like this. Okay, and nice and slow. Okay, so I realise I've gone through that quite quickly. A couple of things to say. You can get the tab so you can print it out for yourself and go through it at your own pace. That's made available because the Patreon supporters pay for the tab to be produced so that I can send it out for free to whoever would like a copy. Okay, so there's tab available. There's also a backing track available. Again, see description below, and you can play over this backing track. It's another track on YouTube. The Patreons get an MP3. Everybody else use the track on YouTube. So let's just take a quick look at the solo and actually analyze it now that we've kind of learnt all the notes. Well, the first thing to say is, yes, there is this repeating theme. This goes like this. And in my mind, I'll be honest, I was kind of thinking of a kind of a call and response. So call and response is basically, like it sounds, you ask a question, then you answer it. You set up one phrase that is the kind of the question, and then you answer it. And what I'm doing is I'm continually asking the same question throughout the solo. You can think of it like that. That's what this opening lick is, and that crops up in lick 1, lick 3, lick 6, lick 9. So it crops up continually throughout the solo, and it's just a nice way to kind of anchor the listener, their ear, in the solo, so it sounds like it's got like a general theme. It's an idea you might want to try with your own improvisation. The solo is in the key of G. I'm using G minor pentatonic, box position 2. I'm using just this little phrase of it. Okay, I don't mean phrase, I mean little shape. I've taught that shape loads and loads. There's plenty of other lessons on my channel that talk about that. The BB box. Actually, no, it's not the BB box. The BB box is the one in front. No, this is just box position 2 of the G minor pentatonic scale. And it's just that little thing there. Important thing is your ring finger is your root note. And you'll notice, again, throughout the solo, the amount of times I'm hitting that root note and shaking it with my ring finger. Where are we? 6th fret, top E string is your minor 3rd. And that's the one I'm constantly kind of giving these little bends to make it sound nice and dirty before coming off to the root like this. So you'll notice if you've been watching my solos, I do that kind of thing an awful lot. Bending that minor 3rd and then coming back to the root. So that is something that appears throughout this as well. It's quite an up-tempo one. It might take a bit of time to kind of get there and get up to tempo. A few other things to note. Notice where the chords are in relation to the licks. So when we hit the D7, for example, lick 8, I'm walking into it. And then what I'm doing is when the chord hits the D7, I'm hitting this note here, 8 of the top E string, and bending it up whole tone. And the reason I'm doing that is because when you do that you're hitting the note of D, and the underlying chord is a D. So the point is that I'm emphasizing the fact that the chord progression's gone to D. I'm emphasizing the chord tones. That's what's happening here. And then lick 10. The last one, as we said, the chord progression is going to end on a D7 chord, so I'm just going to walk down a pentatonic scale until I land on the D note, which is the 5th of this particular scale, which is going to be 7 on the G string. So I'm targeting that. So again, if you've seen my lessons, you've looked at my solos before, you know exactly how I play. Target the root notes, target the chord tones, and there we go. So that was a quick lesson for now. We'll be back very shortly with something quite different. In the meantime, if you have been enjoying my lessons, please consider donating to the tip jar. If you want to get more bonus content and things, please check out becoming a Patreon supporter as well. Last lesson, I put out the my 5 best solos free tab for that. That was incredibly popular. Loads of people contacted me asking for the tab. So fantastic. You can thank the Patreons for that and those who donate to the PayPal tip jar. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time. I've been Mark and this has been Simple Blues in G.